Hey, so there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, and people have kind of been in the dark, and we just want to say we really appreciate everybody's prayers and support, even though most people have no idea what's been happening to us. And yeah, we wanted to make this episode about this latest thing that's been going on in our life. So here's what happened. Whole thing started when we were in Canada. As soon as we crossed the border, we wanted to get some snacks and stuff, and Amy was feeling a little weird, so she picked up a pregnancy test just to make sure, and that's when we found out we were gonna have a baby. So we spent Christmas in Canada with Amy's family, and we told them, and they were really excited, and it was real emotional, and we told my family, we told a couple of our friends, but we didn't make any big announcement about it because we wanted to wait for our first appointment. So after we went to Canada, we went to Boston for New Year's, and then we had to make our way down to Atlanta for World Race Launch. It was in Atlanta that we made an appointment for our first checkup.
All right, we're on our way to the doctor right now to check on our baby. It's crazy.
They told us something was wrong. Looking at the ultrasound, they couldn't find a heartbeat, and so they told us either the baby is earlier along than we thought and they just couldn't pick it up, or the baby didn't make it. So we did some tests. We had to go back and forth from the doctors. It took a couple days, but in the end they told us that our baby did not make it. After that, Amy had to go in for surgery. It was a little heavy, but everything went super well. She's recovered basically fully. We have another appointment to go to just to make sure everything's okay before our big Europe trip. So we're doing okay. Amy's doing well.
4 days post-op, feeling like a normal human again.
So why are we sharing all of this? Why are we talking about this crappy thing that happened to us? First reason is because we believe in vulnerability. I think vulnerability is super important, and one of the things we say is vulnerability creates vulnerability, which in turn makes people healthier and allows people to talk about their problems and the struggles that they go through in life, and I think that's really important.
The other thing is, what we wanted to do with our vlog is just be really real about what our life looks like, and the good things and the bad things, and how traveling is sometimes awesome and sometimes crappy, and in the same way how life is sometimes great and sometimes really hard.
The biggest reason we're telling this story in particular is because people need to talk about this. Since we've gone through this thing, since the miscarriage first happened and we've started telling people about it, we've heard so many stories of people who have gone through this, and it's been really cool, but also really sad to hear that so many people have gone through this thing by themselves and have had no one to talk to about it. And the reality is, this actually happens a lot. That doesn't make it any better, it doesn't make it any easier.
We just don't want people to have to go through it alone, you know? For us, it's made it easier to talk to people about it and to talk about how we feel and to not feel like we're alone in the situation. And obviously people need to grieve however they want to. So if this is a situation similar to your life and you want to reach out and talk to us, feel free. If this ever becomes a situation in your life, feel free to reach out to us. Feel free to grieve alone. Feel free to make that look like whatever you need it to look like. Because I feel like this is a thing where there's no correct formula on how to get through it, however you need to process.
Yeah.
But it is a thing that carries a lot of shame and has a huge shame culture around it, and it shouldn't.
Bottom line, if you're going through this, or if you ever go through this, talk to someone. You're not alone. There's a lot of people that have gone through this thing, and it makes it a little bit easier to have someone who's been there be by your side as you're walking through it. It's hard for us right now. It's not an easy thing. It's a daily kind of struggle to process this well and to grieve this well, but we're getting through it. We're starting to feel okay again, and we just wanted to share with you guys because this is too important not to talk about. So that's what's been happening. We're gonna hopefully be posting episode 4 very soon, filling you in on what happened between the wedding in Portland and us getting to Atlanta. We're actually in Nashville, Tennessee right now, which is pretty cool. That'll be in there somewhere. But yeah, thanks again for all your support and your prayers and your love, everybody. We love you. Catch you next time.